NFL predictions for Week 7. Today was a really great day. The Ravens won. The Bucs won big on the spread. The Lions destroyed the Cowboys. The Bengals are doing great right now. We had the Jets on upset from Monday Night Football. So overall, today was a very fantastic day. With that being said, let's move on to Week 7. So I want to start with the Lions and the Vikings. That is the marquee matchup of the morning. I think it's very clear that the Lions are going to win. This is supposed to be a special year when they make it to the Super Bowl. The Vikings lose for the first time against the Lions to be 5-1, entering their matchup against the LA Rams on a Thursday. The Lions obviously clobbered the Dallas Cowboys. So let's begin right here. That this could be a hangover for the Vikings. Rams is Gematria 51. So we see Vikings' first loss of the year against the former Rams quarterback Jared Goff. They enter the Rams game with a 5-1 record. That would be the Thursday game. So right here, the Lions are going to win the game. The Lions and the Vikings will be tied atop for the division and the conference. The Commanders are the lock of the week. It doesn't take a blind squirrel to predict that the Commanders are going to beat the Panthers. Eagles and Giants is interesting. They have a clown as a coach, the Eagles. They barely beat the Cleveland Clowns. So are the Eagles going to struggle for the wild card? I mean, the Giants are 2-4. 2-5 is Gematria of Giants, if they were to fall to 2-5. Just 2-6, I mean 3-6 or 3-7 or something. 3-7 with these two opponents is Gematria of Carolina and Buccaneers. Ultimately, this is the Dallas Cowboys are not going to be competitive. The Cowboys are a terrible team. The Eagles have to keep pace with the Commanders. The Eagles defeat the Giants. Giants to Cowboys, which team sucks the least? So the Eagles are going to win. The Patriots and the Jaguars. Are the Jaguars really going to lose that game? Another game at London? It may come down to, Drake. Drake May, I think, is the quarterback. May is Gematria 17. So do the Patriots start 1-7 or the Jaguars going to fall to 1-7? A very bad game to bet on. The Patriots have lost 5 straight games. For the Jaguars, it may depend on the opponent sequence. I can see 2-5. I can see 2-6, kind of like the Packers falling to 2-6 if they lose the Jordan Love. Jordan's Gematria 26, so I can envision a 2-5 and 2-6 sequence for the Jaguars. It's Trevor Lawrence against a rookie. You have to win that game. Otherwise, they can leave Doug Peterson over at London. The Raiders and the Rams, don't get me started with that poverty-ass organization. Now, we are going to change our focus to the NFC West. So right here, we talked about the Eagles keeping up with the Commanders. The NFC West, Seahawks are 0-3 against conference. It's the end of Geno Smith. It's the end of the Seahawks. You're going up against the Atlanta Falcons. It's a double code. The Falcons could fall to 4-3 because what is it? Seattle Seahawks is Gematria 43. But, again, I like the Falcons to win. I like the Falcons to be 5-2 entering the game against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers is Gematria 52. The Seahawks are trash. They're terrible. The Falcons get the win. They start 5-2 for the year with a former quarterback of the Vikings. Now what this is going to do, it's going to make Monday Night Football compelling for both the Chargers and the Cardinals. So, number one, the Seahawks fall to 3-4. The Rams improved to 2-4. Because the Rams are suddenly in the divisional race. Now the 49ers are going to lose against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be 6-0 for the season. They won the Super Bowl at Allegiant Stadium. Allegiant Stadium is 60. Niner by itself is Gematria 60. They repeated. They won the Super Bowl, the first of 2 consecutive championships at Glendale. The bottom line, Patrick Mahomes owns the 49ers. Patrick Mahomes is the 49ers daddy. He owns that franchise. Patrick Mahomes, against a team that passed on him in the draft, is going to go 5-0 against San Francisco. Patrick Mahomes owns that franchise. The 49ers won't even win a single game against Patrick Mahomes during Patrick Mahomes' career. For Patrick Mahomes, it is another win for the 49ers. The Niners fall to 3-4. Suddenly, on Monday Night Football, the Cardinals suddenly can be on top of the division with the win over the Chargers on Monday Night Football. And the Cardinals will beat the Chargers. So instead of beating the Packers and going for 4-3 against the Chargers, because the Packers is 43 and Chargers is 43, in the following game against the Dolphins is Gematria 43, instead what we see with the Arizona Cardinals is they will enter the Dolphins game with a 3-4 record. Dolphins is Gematria, or what is it? Miami Dolphins or something? I thought Dolphins equal 34, I guess not. But anyway, we could see a scenario where the Cardinals could suddenly pull off 3 straight wins to be 5-4 entering their game against the Jets. Jets is Gematria 54, so we have to be aware. The Cardinals could go on a winning streak with a big win on Monday, a win over the garbage Dolphins, and the Bears-Cardinals against the Rockies. Suddenly, Cardinals may be looking very good. The 49ers-Cardinals game could decide the NFC West at the end of the year. So the Cardinals beat the Chargers. The NFC West is about to be interesting. The Jets and the Steelers, I have to go Jets at 4-3. The Packers is 43, Jets are 4-3, Goats, Gematria 43. Pittsburgh is going to take a slide. The Steelers beat the Raiders, but they'll fall to 4-3. The Steelers, they're not on top of the conference. The Jets are going to be in the conversation. This is a game that the Jets will win to stay alive, to suddenly be rejuvenated without the head coach, Robert Saleh. So Aaron Rodgers is done purposely playing bad so he could get the coach fired. He's suddenly going to try hard. The Bills may lose against the Titans, but they'll be 4-3. It's the Tennessee Titanics. They're a terrible football team. They're going to be 1-5. Colts is Gematria 15. They lost against the Colts. Now they fall against they fall to 1-5, losing against a 15-mile path, Josh Allen. So the Titans are in the basement. The Bengals pick up another victory. A big divisional win over the Browns. The Bengals 2-4. The 3-4. So Steelers lose during the day. The Bengals are a game and a half outside of first before the Ravens play on Sunday Night Football against the Buccaneers. Against the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 52. I cannot. The only thing I envision is Lamar Jackson keeping up with the Chiefs. So the Ravens are going to get the victory. They're going to begin the season 5-2. Well, it is the Browns. That's Gematria 43. The Browns is 43. They could enter that game with a 4-3 record if they were to lose against Tampa. Good news is that game is not until Monday, so it can, take some time and, who could go against, you cannot go against Lamar Jackson's record against the NFC. It's like 21-2 or something of that nature. So the NFC South, even though the Falcons will win and the Bucs will lose, I can easily see the Buccaneers losing this game. So the Bucs, I think the Buccaneers are capable of some surprises. This is the time to see if Baker Mayfield's going to be MVP candidate or not. So going for 4-3, should the Ravens lose, but if the Jets are losing if the Jets are beating the Bills, this is the game that has to feature the Ravens winning. Texans against the Green Bay Slackers. Colts are 3-3, which is interesting. I like the Colts to beat the Dolphins. Dolphins is Gematria 43. Dolphins is Gematria 43, so by committee, I do like the Colts beating the Dolphins. To improve to 4-3. In the Texans are going to lose against Green Bay to fall to 5-2. Indy's Gematria 52, so the script is in. The Packers are going to beat the Texans next week because the NFL is rigged. The Colts are gonna win. They'll be 4-3. Jets will be 4-3. Bengals will be 3-4. So suddenly the wild card is as interesting as ever. The Steelers are 4-3. The Ravens are on top. The Raiders are a poverty-ass organization. The Broncos are gonna beat. I know Saints is Gematria 34, but this is the game that the Broncos have to beat up a morally deprived Saints team that is without Derek Carr. So the Broncos are going to get the win in Sean Payton's return to the Big N.O., New Orleans. Thursday is about Sean Payton. The Broncos will win, but then the tough stretch of games will come up to begin November. The Broncos, they were losing 16-0, but at least they score some garbage time points to build some momentum. So I do like the Broncos to defeat the Saints. The Broncos defense is going to win them the game on Thursday. Two rookies. The Saints defense is beat up. This has to be a game where Sean Payton takes advantage of a team that just allowed 52 points. So welcome back, Sean Payton. He has to win that game. And this is how I see the scripting happening, and it happening this upcoming week. Again, the Titans ain't got no chance against the Bills. Who cares about these two garbage-ass teams? I think of Sean Payton, his hometown, not his hometown, but he's returning to New Orleans again when we go to the playoff table. So they have to make Monday interesting for the Cardinals. Cardinals are out of the wild card picture, but they'll be in the NFC West picture. If the Saints get knocked out, Cardinals will be in the picture. The Rams will still be in the playoff picture. The Saints and the Panthers are two teams that are outside the playoff picture. Seattle losing to Atlanta may not be considered an automatic, but they're 0-3 against the conference. They're a garbage ass team. So Chicago Bears are 4-2 on the bye. The Packers, they be 5-2. Eagles have to keep up against the Packers. So the Buccaneers may be the team that's going to slide to 7th. Seattle over Atlanta could be good, better for business. So Seattle over Atlanta is not outside the equation whatsoever. Eagles began the season at Brazil. Brazil's Gematria 32. They're 3-2. They'll be 3-2 against the conference. One of these two teams will lose between the Bucs and the Packers. Tom Brady's 7th Super Bowl and the Buccaneers. Yeah, Buccaneers could slip out of the playoff picture. Baker's going to step up against the Chiefs, and they're another tough team too. Packers, they got destroyed, but they haven't faced off against the Lions, so Packers will lose. At the least, the Packers and the Bucs both won't win in the same week. Packers, I think they got to win before the tough games. The Lions will be 5-1. The Vikings will be 5-1. And the Packers will be 4-2. And the Bears, and Packers will be 5-2. And the Bears are going to be 4-2. That is the scripting for the NFC North. The Packers are going to win and the Bucs will lose. On the AFC side, the Chargers fall to 3-3 with the loss on Monday Night Football against Kyler Murray. Murray's 33, Monday Night Football 33. The Colts win. The Colts are 4-3. The Broncos are 4-3. New York Jets will be 4-3. Dolphins will be 2-4. The Raiders will be out of it. The Steelers will be 4-3. So the Chargers, they'll have the Jets and the Chargers are going to be in there. The Chargers, even if they lose against Cardinals, the Chargers, they've got easy games coming up. They've got the Clowns, they've got the Titanics, they've got the Bungles. So the Chargers are in no way are the Chargers out of the playoff picture, even should they lose against the Cardinals. The Chargers are going to still win games, and teams may drop or split over the next couple of weeks. The Denver Broncos have to win to keep things interesting. Broncos be 4-3, Chargers 3-3. Okay, they're only a half game up. You see that? You see that right there? Steelers lose right there. Keep it interesting. Keep it real. Colts are 4-3, but the Colts will probably start losing some games.